Hi everyone, Pam here from Creative Homescaping. Welcome back to my channel. I tried to go live a couple minutes ago and my webcam was not working, but I think I have got it working now because the green light is on. So hopefully those of you who were on before will come back on so we can chat. So I will wait a couple minutes for that. Sorry for the beeping. My daughter's making something in the microwave and she'll be done shortly. So anyway, I am hoping that this is coming up on YouTube. So I think I'm going to maybe check and make sure that it is working. And if anybody is out there, maybe you can say hello. And if not, then I will just keep going here, but I'm checking on my phone to see if it's popping up. Oh, someone is there. Hi, Anne. How are you today? We had Becky and Dell on before, and I just am trying to see on my channel if I'm actually live. So I think it looks like I am. That's good. I am doing very well. It's very warm where I am. Where do you live, Anne? Are you in the US? I am in Southern California, and it's actually a really beautiful day here today. This past week we were having a lot of clouds, but today we are having a gorgeous day. I have actually been to North Carolina. My daughter was back there for a ballet summer intensive about 6 years ago, I guess. She had been training to be a ballet dancer, and ABT has a summer camp at one of the university's campuses. Is it Greenville? Is that a city in North Carolina? I never remember exactly where it was, but it was beautiful back there, but very humid. And it was near Winston-Salem. I remember that. But that's the only time I've been there was to pick her up. Maggie Valley. What part of the state is that in? Maggie Valley. Is that near the foothills, or is it closer to the coast? Western. Oh, okay. So more inland then. I'd love to go back at some point. Have you ever been to California? I think we have a little bit of a delay. I wanted to come on also because I haven't been on in a while. The first time I tried to do it, my video wasn't working, but I definitely want a video. Well, hopefully you can make it back at some point if you want to come back. I don't know, maybe you don't want to come back to California. I, of course, love California because I have grown up here, but and I've lived here almost my entire life, except for 1 year I lived in New York City, but I didn't like that at all coming from California. But I know some people don't like California, but I love it. But I did want to come on, and I wanted to make sure my camera was working because I picked up some items at Dollar Tree for my 4th of July celebration. Oh, well then, welcome and come on out, because we love having visitors come out here. anyway, I wanted to come on and show some things I picked up at Dollar Tree. I hadn't seen them until this week, and because 4th of July is coming up, in case other people maybe have a similar type of situation with their Dollar Tree that I have, where we get things either not at all or late, I might still have a chance for people to pick things up if they want them. So some of them are not 4th of July related, which were some, yeah, ours is pretty small too. I have seen people haul these many times, these dogwood branches. Really awkward trying to figure out where the camera is on here. So they are about a foot long and a brown stem, and I thought they were nice and neutral, and you could use them in a lot of different flower arrangements. And then they had these red zinnias. There we go. I think they're zinnias. Zinnias. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of petals on them. And then this little center. And they actually look pretty nice with the dogwoods. So I may stick these in with some 4th of July decorations that I have put up already. And I've already actually filmed those, but I may put the red ones in, red flowers in, because I don't have any red flowers. And then I found some bows, and lots of people probably have seen these bows, but they just came in. We hadn't had them before. And they had 2 different kinds. They had this kind that had the blue with the stars on the tails of the bow with the red, white, and blue striped loop parts of the bow. And the other ones they had were reversed. So they had the stars on the loops and the red, white, and blue stripes on the tails. So I picked up the ones with the stars on the tails because I found one very large bow. There's 2 on this package. I'm trying to fit them all on the screen. I found one very large bow with the tails about 18 inches, I think, and then the bow part, you can see it covers my whole face. So I wanted to be able to have them match each other. So that's why I got that one. And there was only one of these bows, the big, huge bows, left when I went to the store. And then this is really what I hadn't seen before. I had been looking the last time I went. They didn't have any paper goods, and I decided this 4th of July I was going to be lazy and not use my outside reusable dishes. I was just going to get paper plates. But they had these square ones with these stars with the stripes, and then these are kind of red stars with half striped red and white and half red, and then these, oops, striped ones. So, and they're square. And then we are having bratwurst for 4th of July, and they had these little hot dog boat type container paper things. And there's 16 in here, and there's 12 plates, and that should be good because I think I'm going to have 8 people. Not a lot this year. Sometimes we have more because my backyard backs onto a regional park, and they shoot off fireworks right from there. Oh, hi Dana. I didn't see you jump on. How are you today? Okay, so I got 3 packs of the small bows because I'm going to put them around maybe on the fence in my yard. And then they had some matching napkins also. So I liked those. These are more luncheon size napkins. I already had some napkins that were beverage size that had fireworks on them, and I showed in a different haul. And then I decided to go ahead and get some table scatter. These are kind of glittery stars. I don't usually use stuff with glitter on them, but I thought for 4th of July I would do it and put it out on the our table where we're going to be eating. And then I got one of these glittery wired garlands with, it's red, white, and blue, and they have, let's see, different colored stars. They have blue, white, red. So I got some of that. And then the last thing I got were some of these bunting flags. You can see that. Oh, so you got the same stars, Anne, and painted them? That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that next time. I don't have a lot of time right now, but I almost didn't get this bunting because it's so wrinkled, but I wanted to put something up over my front door to welcome the guests that we have coming. And so I'm going to see if I can maybe steam it or just iron it very lightly so it will get out some of these wrinkles. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it drapes. So what colors did you paint your stars, Anne? Did you paint them the same colors just to get rid of the glitter? I wish. It's about 80 degrees here, and it's humid for us, which means maybe like 60 or 70% humidity, not nearly what you get on the East Coast. So I don't know if the air will be hot enough to straighten them out. So what are you all doing for 4th of July? Do you celebrate at your home? Do you go to a picnic or a park or yeah, so maybe I will do that with mine for next year so I can get rid of the glitter because it makes such a mess. But maybe I'll spray them with hairspray first this year so that there won't be as much cleanup. I find that does help a little bit in keeping them from shedding their glitter. So I haven't had a chance to watch a lot of other people do videos lately because I've been doing some remodeling in my home. So Dana, I haven't been able to watch many of your videos. I think you've been doing some lives too. Oh, that's nice, Anne. That's great. I really love being able to just sit in my backyard and watch the fireworks from there. It is so much nicer than having to drive somewhere and fight traffic and then deal with uh, uh, getting back home and that sort of thing. Oh, that sounds like fun, Dana. I sometimes have made ice cream. Do you have a hand crank or do you use an electric ice cream maker? I have actually made ice cream in a hand crank ice cream maker many, many, many years ago. My brother had one, and the instructions said that you were supposed to turn it and turn the handle for a really long time. And so we were going to take turns each doing 15 minutes. And so I said I was going to go first because I was young then. I think I was, how old was I? I was 11. And so I went first and I cranked that ice cream maker for 15 minutes and it was getting harder and harder. And when I was done, it turned out the ice cream was done and nobody else needed to turn it. So I got all the work and no one else had to do any of the work. So that's funny. What flavor ice cream do you usually make, Dana? Do you make just regular vanilla or do you add different flavors into it? I don't know if we'll have, I might get some ice cream bars. I've mentioned this on my channel before. I try to follow a keto way of eating, and there are some ice cream bars that are sweetened with monk fruit sweetener at one of my stores, so I can get those and eat those. And I that way I won't have as much work to do. I'm trying to keep this very, very simple and easy this year. Looks like some other people may have joined. If I missed anybody, let me know. Vanilla, banana, and Rocky Road. Oh, I have never made banana or Rocky Road ice cream. My father used to love Rocky Road candy, and I think he liked the ice cream too, but Rocky Road candy was his favorite candy. Yes, and I do like keto. I've actually been low carb for about 15 years. I have a thyroid condition. I've had it since I was about 16 years old. And I used to really struggle with gaining weight because of the thyroid. I'm hypothyroid, so low thyroid. And I tried everything. I tried low fat, I tried calorie restricted, and it would still make me gain weight, and I was starving all the time. And so I started eating low carb, and that allowed me to actually eat a more normal amount of food. And so I did that for a while, and then I started hearing more about keto, which is low carb, but very specific low carb. And I have found that has really, really helped me. Now, I'm not perfect about it. I sometimes eat things I shouldn't. I try not to eat bread or things of that sort. Once in a while, I will eat it, but because I just get tired of having to make stuff all the time for me to eat. And I know I really should avoid gluten, since gluten is inflammatory and can be bad for the type of thyroid that I have. I have type called Hashimoto's. I don't know if you have that, but that's where your body, it's an autoimmune version of low thyroid, where your body attacks its own thyroid, and eating gluten can really irritate that. So I do try to not eat gluten, but sometimes I do. Like, I'll get low carb tortillas, and unless I get the almond flour kind, those have some gluten in it. So I'm not perfect. Yeah, I never ate a lot of bread before, so it's not that hard for me. But when you eat a hamburger or hot dog and you're out somewhere, some of the places don't do lettuce wraps. So sometimes I'll get the bun and try to pick off as much of it as I can. But have you ever watched Dr. Berg on YouTube, Anne? I started watching him about, maybe it was like 6 or 8 months ago. So that's really been helping me keep on track. I like to watch his videos, and keeps me incentivized to do things. My husband was out on a mountain bike ride, and he just came home, so I was waving at him. Yeah, Dana, it just takes some getting used to. Potatoes I will eat once in a while. Yeah, his name, Anne, is Dr. Eric Berg, and he's actually a chiropractic doctor, but he was having health issues himself, and he then got training in nutrition, and now he has a big YouTube following on the keto way of eating. But Dana, you can actually make keto bread using almond flour, and so I'll make my own hamburger buns and my own bagels, things like that. Pasta's probably the hardest. You can get edamame pasta, which is very low carb, but when you have thyroid issues, you shouldn't eat that much soy. So I only make it once in a while so that I don't get the bad effects from the soy. But sometimes when I'm just craving real pasta-like stuff rather than zoodles, then I'll eat that. There's also a couple of websites, Anne, where you can, that I found when I first started doing keto, One of them is called All Day I Dream About Food, and she has a lot of recipes posted on her blog, a lot of dessert type recipes. That's the nice thing. I love cheesecake, and you can make keto cheesecake. And then there's another woman, and oh, she used to have a blog, but she's done so well with her cookbooks that she doesn't really keep up with the blog anymore. Her name's Maria Emmerich, and she had a lot of recipes, but she also has a lot of cookbooks that you can get on Amazon. So does the other one. Her name is Carolyn Ketchum, I think, the one who has the All Day I Dream About Food, but she still keeps up her blog. So look at that website, All Day I Dream About Food, because she has wonderful dessert recipes. Let's see, I made some lemon cheesecake bars for a get together I had a couple weeks ago, and nobody would have known they were keto if I hadn't told them. And then for Christmas, I made one of her desserts, which was oh gosh, I don't remember exactly the name of it, but it was just this really chocolatey cheesecake with a chocolate ganache on top of it. It was absolutely delicious. And I have started using monk fruit sweetener, which is by a brand called Lakanto, Lakanto, for my baking, because I like the way it tastes better than Swerve, which is what a lot of people use. But that's my tip. I find it tastes a lot better than some of the other ones. Some of them have a cooling sensation, and I'm trying not to use things like Splenda. I'd rather use something that's more natural. And the monk fruit I've found works the best for me. But Swerve, which is erythritol, that's a natural substance. It comes from fruit. So either one of those will work. And they have regular, they have the monk fruit has a brown sugar substitute, and then they also have a powdered sugar, which you can use in making frosting and that sort of thing. But one thing with the monk fruit I found is that it can crystallize sometimes when it's heated. Like I used it to make cranberry sauce at Thanksgiving, and it crystallized a little bit when it got after it got cold after having been cooked. So the way to avoid that, I heard, is to use the powdered kind rather than the granulated kind. Just a little tip for you. So let's see. What is everybody up to this weekend? Are you relaxing, or are you getting ready for your celebration, or are you on vacation? Just curious. I'm taking a little break today. I'm working on a big project. I mentioned this at the beginning of my video. I have a bonus room in my house that is a room above my garage. So it's the same size room as a garage. Well, good for you, Dana. So we are doing a big remodel on that room. That's one of the last rooms we need to fix up in our house. We've had our house for 25 years this year, and we've been slowly remodeling it over the years. And so we're ripping out the carpet, we're repainting some built-in cabinetry, we are retiling around our fireplace, we'll have to put new baseboards on, and I think that's it in that room, but there's a lot of stuff going on. So I haven't been able to film as much lately and haven't been able to watch as much because I've been working all day with my husband on that. But today has been more of a lazy day because he finished putting the tile up yesterday, but we still need to grout it. so it needs to wait for a while. So at some point I'll show all of you before and after on my channel so you can see how different it's going to look. But this tomorrow they're bringing a dumpster to my house and we're going to start ripping out the carpet. So that's always a little messy. Have either of you done remodeling projects? Our house was definitely a fixer-upper when we bought it. It was the ugliest house on our street on the inside. It was painted an awful mauve or mauve color, depending on how you say it. And everything, cabinets, ceilings, walls, it was just awful. So one of the first things we did when we moved in was paint everything kind of an off-white color. But we've slowly been trying to make things look the way we want them to look. So, oh, your entire house. That's a big undertaking. Are you going to try to do it all at once, or are you going to do it in stages? Like I said, we've been doing ours in stages. The first thing that we did was our guest bathroom, and that was a fairly inexpensive makeover. We didn't rip out the shower. We just took out the vanity and counter and the toilet and the flooring. There was carpet in the guest bathroom, like wall-to-wall carpet. Why would you put wall-to-wall carpet in a guest bathroom? I do not know. But they had put carpet in that guest bathroom. So we ripped everything up. And, well, that's good. All at once would be so overwhelming. I was going to offer you my commiseration. But anyway, so we knew we needed to get rid of that carpet. And so we decided to start small. And then we've done a lot. We've done the other two bathrooms in our kitchen and both of our daughter's rooms and our guest room and our family room and dining room. And we did our living room last year. And so we're going to do the bonus room, and if we have time this summer, we're going to do our master bedroom. Yes, a dining room too. Dining room just doesn't make sense. It's so hard to clean up stuff that spills. Yeah, that's why it's taken us so long. We've lived in that house 25 years, and we started remodeling probably 23 years ago, and have been doing a little bit at a time because we do most of the work ourselves. We have hired some people for a few things, but most of it we've done ourselves. Oh, and we've done the backyard. We had somebody come and do, redo the landscaping for us because that was going to be a little bit much for us to do. But we try to plan things out for when my husband is on vacation because he's a high school math teacher. So we try to plan projects when he is off. And up until not this past January, but the January before, so January 2018, I stopped working. I went into what I call semi-retirement. So now I can help him a lot more. Before I used to have to take vacation time to help him. So he did a lot of it on his own, or I would help him when I could, but I could only take a week at a time, and sometimes the projects were longer than that. So I would help a little bit on the weekends, but he would do a lot of the work. So, well, how long have we been on? I can't really tell. Oh, there it is. We've been on about half an hour. So I just wanted to come on and check in with everybody and chat and say hi and wish all of you a happy 4th of July in the coming week and show you what I got at Dollar Tree. So I appreciate you all tuning in, and now that I've got it working, hopefully next time I sign in it'll work again. So thanks for tuning in. I think I'm going to sign off now. Have a good rest of the day, everyone. Bye-bye.